Welcome to the Anson County Partnership for Children Storytime. Happy Black History Month. Today's story is entitled The Ring Bearer by Floyd Cooper. Mama is having a wedding and Jackson is worried. What would it be like to call Bill Dad and share stuff with Sophie, his new little sister? Things won't be the same around here anymore. Jackson has an important job at the wedding, and he's not sure he can do it. Jackson's job is to take care of the rings. Bill walks by, pinching his hanky at the middle. He lifts it, flips it, and folds it into his top pocket to sit like a pet bird. Jackson giggles, but he's still nervous. Mama's having a wedding, and Jackson has to carry the rings down the aisle. It's question time. When have you been nervous or worried like Jackson? Why the droopy shoulders? Bill asks as he lifts Jackson high and makes him tall. Jackson smiles on Bill's shoulders, but inside he thinks, Mommy's having a wedding and I have to carry the rings, but I don't want to trip in front of everyone and mess it all up. Maybe Bill should carry the rings. Tall Jackson walks over to little Sophie, who is busy counting flowers. Sophie has an important job, too. She has to carry the flowers. Grandpa helps them practice, shows them how to walk down the aisle, slow and steady. That way you won't trip, Grandpa says like he knows just what's in Jackson's heart. But Jackson is worried anyway. The music starts and Sophie takes off. Grandpa nudges Jackson to get him going too. Jackson walks slow and steady while Sophie skips ahead, ignoring Grandpa's advice. Mama's having a wedding and Jackson has an important job to do. And no matter what Sophie does, he will not trip down the aisle. Jackson sees Sophie coming to a step, but Sophie only sees her flowers. Oh no! Here's another question. Do you think Jackson will help his new little sister out? Jackson rushes to Sophie just as she trips on the step and catches her before she falls. Jackson looks at Grandpa. Grandpa cheers. Mommy and Bill cheer too. The whole wedding cheers. They are all cheering for Jackson. Sophie smiles and grabs Jackson's hand. They walk together, slow and steady, the rest of the way. Sophie stands next to her dad. Jackson waits for his mama, who is coming down the aisle now, with Grandpa by her side, looking like the prettiest lady in the whole church. Jackson sneaks a peek at Sophie, making sure she is still okay. When Mama gets to the end of the aisle, she bends down next to Jackson. You're a great big brother, Jack, she whispers. Sophie is lucky to have you around. Looking at Mama and Sophie and Bill and Grandpa, Jackson is not worried anymore. He's not nervous when he reaches into his pocket for the rings. He's not nervous when he gives them to Mama and Bill. And when the preacher finally says, they are all a family now, Jackson knows deep in his heart that he doesn't have to be nervous about important jobs. And he definitely doesn't have to be nervous about being a big brother. Mama got married and Jackson handled his job just right. The end. Ready for some fun? It's activity time. Please stop by the Anson County Partnership for Children or a Little Free Library to pick up a Storytime activity bag. There will be one pair of scissors, 3 paper plates, and a free book inside of the bags this week. With the items in the bag, have child cut out the center of each paper plate. Then connect the plates together to make a unity ring. Children can decorate their unity rings by using markers, crayons, paints, etc. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for all story times. Have fun!